Hold on.
Both
No, this is a great
Avengers
point.
made that Captain
Stop,
America when
stop.
he went in the
Shut.
ice, and Iron
Quiet.
Man when he went in the wormhole.
Be quiet. Okay. Welcome back to the Post Credit Podcast. I'm Elijah, and this is Judah. This is the show where we break down superhero movies, blockbuster films, and everything that happens post credits. Let's get into episode 2. Here we go.
Let's go.
All right. This is gonna be a fun episode. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah,
I
me
waited
too.
a week. I really enjoyed the first one, and it's been honestly tedious waiting to do the second one. But we're here.
Yeah.
We're back. All right, guys. So we are starting off with a banger of a first segment. What if?
What if?
I don't know about you. I was pretty disappointed with the What If show. I think that they tried to
could've
be creative, but they didn't do like the stuff that we really wanted.
I'm gonna
to
be
see.
straight up. I think a kid should have directed it.
Right? Like
Like-
everyone would have been like, oh, that's the thing that we think about. It's like, yeah,
Right.
but you missed all the things that we wanted to see. Anyway, we got some what ifs. So we're going to do some what if. And then we got some
And also,
some other
you guys can
segments.
comment down below if you guys have any what if ideas that we could cover
Yeah, I
in
bet
maybe
you
a
guys would have some
future
good ones.
podcast episode. So if you
Yeah.
guys think of any what ifs, drop them down in the comments.
Yep. Okay.
I,
Do you want to kick it off or?
sure.
All right, let's hear your
I-
first one.
So what if Captain America became the Winter Soldier? So what if, like, Captain America,
So what? He falls off the train.
he falls
instead?
off the train, he gets captured by Hydra, like, everything that happened to Bucky, like,
Right.
happens to Cap.
So this is very interesting. So I am guessing.
Bucky, I don't think,
I don't know if they would have given Bucky the serum or if they would have given that
Yeah.
other guy. Because remember the one general.
yeah.
Remember the one general was like, he was like pushing for this guy. He's like, he's fast, he's strong, he listens to
Yeah,
orders.
yeah,
and then
that
this
one
guy's like,
guy.
yeah, but Steve has a good heart.
Yeah.
I'm kind of guessing they would have
They probably would
resorted
have
him because the doctor died.
But Steve already had the serum at that point.
Yeah.
So they would have made another? Is what you're
So
saying?
that's interesting. Cap probably wouldn't have lost his arm. So how would that have worked? They just get him and brainwashed him?
Well, maybe he would have.
No, because Bucky didn't have the super soldier serum. Cap did.
No, Bucky did.
No, after he got it.
What do you mean?
They juiced him up with stuff after
He fell?
he fell.
No, that's how he survived the fall.
Oh, you're right. I just had the biggest brain fart.
Yeah, that's how he
Daggum.
survived the fall. So maybe Cap would have lost. I mean, they don't fall in the same way. Maybe he would have had a robotic leg, or maybe he would have landed better. But
Right.
the point is that they would have found him, and that's the point. Bucky had already been captured by Hydra, but they would have found him and brainwashed him and turned him into their assassin, the Winter Soldier.
Got it.
But I'm guessing that whatever his name is, the scientist, like Cap's serum, was probably better and stronger than Bucky's, Hydra's.
I feel like Hydra
version.
had trouble recreating it because
Yeah.
that's how the Red Skull became the Red Skull.
the Red Skull.
Was trying to. People are not good at recreating the suit.
No,
That's how Hulk
yeah.
became the Hulk
Yep,
too.
trying to recreate the serum. And,
Yeah, that's
Gamma was the
interesting.
key. So Cap became the Winter
So
Soldier.
then he's never the lead of the Avengers.
and I don't think Bucky would have become Captain America.
Probably
So
not.
would the Avengers have even been a thing?
Yeah, because Nick Fury started the Avengers Initiative.
So who would
Iron
he
Man.
have gotten for like the
Lead.
Captain America role?
Probably Iron Man.
That would have been interesting.
Iron Man's not as good of a leader though. I don't think.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
I think Cap
I
played
don't
his
know.
role really well. That's interesting though.
yeah.
That's a very interesting.
interesting. All right, you want to do the next one?
All right, yeah. Okay. What if Quill never hit Thanos?
Oh, Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Infinity War. They would have gotten the gauntlet.
They would have gotten it off. Yeah,
He-
but who snaps their or how?
No,
what
they
happens?
didn't have to snap the fingers.
That's true. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. What happens though?
So
They have the gauntlet, so
they'd probably
make a
strange would
portal and
portal
try
it away.
and get all of them out.
portal it away,
Leave
and then
Thanos
have
on
Wong distribute the stones away somewhere again.
Leave Thanos on Titan.
So I'm guessing Thanos would come back. He's been a thing since Avengers 1, right?
They would have to deal with Thanos.
Yeah.
But that would be interesting because it would be like the
would
endgame
at
fight
least-
on Titan.
But let's just say, Thanos is right. I am inevitable. They're at least delaying it, and they wouldn't have lost in Infinity War, which means that Hawkeye would never have become Ronin. They never would have discovered the time heist. No one would have ever gotten snapped away.
Iron Man would be alive.
Flash would not have a blip beard and be able to get beard because he looks 21.
Flash would not have a blip beard? You mean Happy?
No, Flash, remember?
No,
remember
that was
this?
Happy's
I'm making
line.
a joke. No, yeah, he was like, it's my blip beard. But yeah, Flash, remember, she was like, actually, he blipped, so technically he's 18, not 21. And he was like,
I know, I'm just saying you combine two
no,
different
I know,
things.
but I'm just saying he has
Anyway.
the looks.
Yeah, so I guess it's Quill's fault that Iron Man's dead. And
yeah, because
well,
Iron Man
sort
wouldn't
of,
have
though.
died.
Sort of.
Cap.
Because
hey.
before, but hold on though.
Huh.
Before they fought Thanos in Infinity War,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange does the whole layout of how many chances they have of beating him. And
I
he
don't
says
think we can really
465
take that
million
into
or whatever.
account.
No, we totally can. So like, okay, Quill, like the way things played out were exactly how they had
Well, yeah,
to
but
play
that's
out
why this is what
for
if.
them. Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I guess.
So
that's
the
true.
what if, the possibilities don't
So
matter.
Iron Man would have been alive.
Cap would have never gone back with Peggy because they never discovered the time heist.
Yo, that's true.
Yep. So Cap would have stayed with the Avengers.
Dang.
Obviously Hawkeye would have never gone full villain arc. As Ronin.
He didn't kill good guys, but
Well, yeah, but still.
he went anti-hero.
Let's see. What else would have changed? I mean, obviously no one got snapped away.
I mean, Doctor Strange would still be the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yep.
Wanda would never have gone bad, so Multiverse of Madness never would have happened.
Wait, why wouldn't Wanda have gone bad?
Because I could be wrong here.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we haven't watched WandaVision in like
In a
years.
while,
It's
yeah.
been like 2 years or something. But I think that she creates her little fantasy world
Yep.
after. So Vision would have still been alive. So that happens after Infinity War. So if Quill never hit Thanos, Vision never would have died. So she would have created a life with Vision and lived happily ever after.
Didn't
Yeah.
Vision die? Vision died
no.
before that, didn't he?
No, Thanos gets the time stone and then goes to Wakanda.
Yeah. So yeah, Vision would have never
So,
died.
Vision would have
Wanda
never died.
would have
Wanda
never
would've-
gone evil.
Yep.
She never would have killed
Whoa.
herself.
Which honestly, that's so much better. Multiverse of Madness is the worst Marvel movie by a long shot because they
Yeah.
took an amazing hero that lost so much and then turned her evil. I hated that. I hated it. Anyway,
Yeah,
That's the thing
these
for
what
another
ifs
time.
are. See,
that's
they gotta make
interesting.
these. They have to. If anyone out there somehow knows Marvel, pass the ideas along.
I mean, obviously the big one was like, what if the other half never got snapped?
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that
Yeah.
because
It's been talked about.
it's been talked about enough.
Yeah.
So, but that what if Quill never hit
Yeah.
Thanos is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of Wanda, that brings us to our next what if.
Okay.
What if Wanda sided with Thanos? What if she was on Thanos' team? Team Thanos.
That's weird to think about because Thanos killed the only thing that she had left to care about.
Yes, but I mean, Thanos is kind of deceptive, or maybe it's a what if, and where Vision joined Thanos, and then she was like, okay,
Where she blames it on the Avengers for some reason.
yeah, or what if? Okay, so it's just a what if, So what if Vision never died or whatever, and that maybe Vision.
I think the Avengers probably would have lost.
I think they would. I mean, they definitely lost Infinity War.
I
think
mean,
they would have lost Endgame.
here's the thing that is important. Wanda is stupidly overpowered.
Yep.
She's very powerful. She's also fragile. She takes a hit and she's like done for. She's all God mode until she takes a hit. She loses by getting punched in the face by America Chavez in Multiverse of Madness. She literally gets punched and like takes her out.
But I think she took way more hits before that. I feel like part
No,
of that movie.
But she's beating up Thanos, and then one of the rain fire shots hits near her, and she like flies through the air, and she's like out of it. You know what I mean?
I guess that's fair.
She's just fragile. So I feel like if
Yeah.
Captain Marvel lands a blow,
But I mean, she has her terror moments, her power moments.
she's powerful.
Yeah.
She's very. So I think Thanos with the army, Thanos would have won.
Yeah.
And what happens if Thanos wins? The whole world's destroyed, and Thanos rebuilds a world.
Yeah. And that
That's
just means
Dark.
the Avengers end.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they pull it off.
Or the 616 ends.
Maybe they pull it off.
I
don't
doubt
know.
it.
I don't know.
I-
I don't know. That's a hard one.
Yeah, it is.
But I think that they would lose, and then
Yeah.
that would be a
Yeah.
very sad ending. All right. Next one is, what if Thor went for the head in Infinity War?
He would have.
I mean, I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory.
Thanos, and
Thanos would have died.
they would have won.
They would have won. No one was ever snapped away.
Yeah.
They would have had all the Infinity Stones.
It's kind of just like the what was the other one that we had?
So how would that have? Well, that's interesting though. Is Vision's already dead by that point?
Vision.
So I'm
is
thinking
dead.
about returning all the stones. Obviously, I'm guessing we give the Power Stone to the Guardians of the Galaxy because
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
that was on
fairly self-explanatory.
what's the planet? Crap, Xandar.
Yep.
That was on Xandar. Xandar was decimated for it, so they would have to figure out something with it. Reality. Where was Reality?
Reality.
Was it with the Collector? I think that's where it was because they went to nowhere
Yeah.
to
Collector
get it.
had it.
I
Yeah.
don't know why the Collector would have that. Okay. And then the Mind Stone, obviously, Avengers probably
Vision.
keep because Vision's dead.
Yeah. Maybe you just
Maybe
put it down a garbage disposal. Take a book out of Tony's page.
he's like,
Why
I
don't
took
we
an oath to what is it? I took an oath to protect the Time Stone, and I swore off dairy. But then Ben and Jerry's named a flavor after me. And then what does Wong say? He's like, my favorite's like Hulk. Okay, you gotta.
Yep.
My favorite is like the Hulk smash. He's like, that's a thing. Anyway, it's funny. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So they would have won.
They would have
Things
won
probably would have gone decently
for them.
for them. Yeah, I mean, Vision
Yeah.
would have died, but Tony would
It's
be
kind of
alive.
like, what was the other one where they would have won? Yeah, what if Quill never
The
hit
thing
him?
is, what's interesting
similar.
about all these scenarios in which Thanos is beaten before the events of Endgame
Yeah.
is I don't know if Iron Man settles down with Pepper the way he did, because I almost feel like the way, like him almost dying and being stuck on the ship, like brought like a real value to life
Yeah, that's
into his
fair.
life, and so
And then,
him like
and then
settling
he might
down.
have had a
and
different role in Endgame of not being like, can't lose this because maybe he didn't have.
have that.
Yes.
Now he was gonna marry Pepper, but I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I just feel like there was something that was given to him
Yeah.
through that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay, I have a banger here that I don't know. I don't even know. Okay.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's
What
hear it.
if Steve Rogers never went in the ice?
That's a beautiful and sad story, because I think it's more beautiful than sad. Probably the Avengers never gets Cap. Cap dies, but he
Yeah.
lives out his life with Peggy.
Yes. If he never went under the, maybe they figured out a solution, but chances are the nuke hits New York, or whatever.
Or he finds an escape pod and
Yeah.
bails, and Cap would 100% drive it in.
Yeah.
That's who Cap is.
But yeah, so he never goes under ice. So yeah, he lives his days out.
Or
with
he
Peggy.
does, and they find him immediately, and they pull him out.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. However it goes, he never stays under the ice for 70 years.
That's interesting.
Lives out his days with Peggy without having to break the rules of time travel
Right.
and go back in time to live his days out. Which he found a way anyway, right?
Right.
But yeah, Infinity War,
He would never be a part of
Avengers,
any of that.
Endgame, it all would have panned out differently.
That's so weird. Like, that changes everything.
Everything.
Everything. It's
Everything.
the ripple effect. And by the
Yeah.
time it gets 70 years later, it's a freaking tidal wave.
Yeah.
So that starts shifting stuff. Oh, we really need to watch Avengers 1.
Yeah.
I really want to watch that. It's so good. Anyway,
So yeah. Do you have one more?
I have one more.
Alright.
And this is an interesting one.
Okay.
I actually feel like it's a little bit more fitting, whatever. what if Spider-Man joined Team Cap in Civil War?
In Civil War.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Realistically, based off who Spider-Man is as a person, he would have been on Team Cap.
But he was mentored by Iron Man.
He was kind of mentored. And that was the biggest downfall of Homecoming and Far From Home, is like, they was almost more structured around pleasing Iron Man than Spider-Man being Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know, it was little Iron Boy Jr. And so it was like...
Iron Boy Jr., that's funny.
It was just a little... But what if Spidey was on Team... I mean, okay, look. This is just an interesting one to break down. Obviously, there's no drastic effects, like if Cap didn't go into the ice or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, okay. One thing that's important to note is Homecoming never would have happened because Spider-Man would have been on the run or arrested for being a fugitive because he was on Team Cap.
And
I'm guessing. Sorry, if he was on Team Cap, Cap would have sheltered him and kept him away because Cap never went to prison.
Yeah.
You know.
Obviously, I don't think Far From Home would have ever happened. I don't think he would have ever gotten Edith, so he could never have given it to Quentin or Mysterio.
Yeah, so Far
all
From
that
Home
would have
never
changed,
happened.
right? And if none of that happened,
then No Way Home wouldn't have happened.
How does that affect No Way Home?
Because Mysterio's the one that revealed his identity, and then he's the one that tried to make him forget.
So he probably would have never even met Mysterio. He might, for all we know, he might not have ever gone to...
So all 3 Spider-Man movies never would have occurred. So he probably would have had his own Spider-Man.
Which means Brand New Day doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And probably all of
Spider-Man obviously still happens, just in a very different fashion.
Yeah. So,
I'm guessing he becomes a little bit more like Infinity War Cap was, where it's like kind of the torn, rugged, like more rough and tough, less super child Spider-Man. That would have been interesting. Very,
very interesting. Obviously, he never would have had the Stark suit. That would have been taken away.
I don't like the Stark suit. I don't like that he had all the tech. I hated the question. He's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be Iron Man, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, because I'm not Iron Man. I was like...
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, you're not. Why are we even asking this question?
You're Spider-Man.
You're Spider-Man.
Like Happy said, no one can live up to
Granted,
Tony.
I love that Happy was like, no, you're not Iron Man.
Yeah.
You know, you're not.
No one can live up to Tony, not even Tony.
Which is such a weird thing to say, but it's actually true, though.
Yeah.
So it's weird. Anyway, so...
That wraps up What If.
That's so
those are
interesting.
Some crazy What Ifs.
They are.
They are.
Please comment down below if you guys have any what ifs that you would want to see us review that you think are super interesting. We could do DC what ifs at some point. Like there's a lot of different what ifs we could do.
What if Stitch never got released from the pod? What if Stitch died?
That's a horrible what if.
I know.
Okay, so that's what if.
Yeah.
All right.
Segment
our next
2.
segment. We did this in episode 1.
Yep.
So we're just continuing it, and it's overrated, underrated for Phase 2 of the MCU.
Of Marvel.
Phase 2 is, for the most part, banger.
Yeah, they're all pretty good, right?
For the most part.
We didn't split these up, right? I have all of them, I think.
I hope so.
So it's Iron Man. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll just go through. Okay. First movie of Iron Man 2, or Phase 2, is Iron Man 3.
Yeah. This is so hard because we don't know how to rate it.
So we start out with overrated or underrated, then we do our show. Okay.
Our rating. Yeah, so we over underrated and then we rate them.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Properly rated.
I once again, don't know how this is normally rated. I say underrated because I like that movie. I think it was a good movie. The Aldrich Killian coming in as like the
I didn't
ghost.
like Aldrich Killian as a villain.
Why?
Much. He's weird. I think his villain's weird. I think that the whole
I like the plot
people?
of the Mandarin. Cause it's like they're because it reminds me.
But the line "I am the Mandarin," I was like,
okay, that was a little cringe. But it reminds me of, which was a good plot line. Kurt Connors because it started out as trying to regrow limbs from lost veterans or, people who just
okay,
came out
but
crippled.
was that his mission,
it-
or was it disguised?
I think that was his mission, and
Because
then when
I
he
feel like
realized,
everyone that he was able to do was like all a part of his Mandarin, his orange
I think
army.
they all kind of they're like, ooh, we got powers, and then they all just kind of became a gang type of thing.
I would like to point out some of the positives of Iron Man 3.
Mhm.
Well, let's go through all of our negatives, and then
Yeah.
we'll do our positives. Okay, negatives. I think the Mandarin was a little weird. I don't know. It just doesn't... I thought it was weird. The Escape podcast, Alex said this. He said he thinks the 10 Rings was far more interesting. That I think I didn't agree with that. I think I might now. Because imagine if Iron Man got entangled with Shang-Chi's dad in the 10 Rings.
Dude.
Imagine what that would have looked like.
Oh my gosh.
That would have been crazy.
Well, and of course, just seeing the 10 Rings, I don't think anyone paid super much attention. Like, okay, 10 Rings, that's the name of the gang or whatever. But then, we see Shang-Chi, and
Right,
it's literally
the whole
Shang-Chi
legion.
and the 10 Rings, like what the entire thing was named after. And all that made that story way more interesting.
So imagine if Iron Man had gone face to face with him.
Dude, that would have been, oof.
That would have been interesting.
I think we're turning this into a what if kind of.
A little bit. So that's a negative.
He blew up all his suits. That was sad. He got the shrapnel removed.
Okay, so hold on. So I will say the reason they did that is they didn't know if RDJ was going to come back to play Iron Man again. Apparently, that's what I've heard.
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
that makes a little bit more sense. The reason I disliked it is because in the very next movie he has suits and the arc reactors and all that stuff all over again.
Yeah, I think he was just
The very next
here's
movie.
an anniversary gift, and then he was like, okay, back to tinkering.
Exactly. So I'm like, look, if that's kind of where we close it out, and Tony Stark had married Pepper, and they started a family, and he had finally been done with all this insane, crazy crap.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah.
But the very next movie, we're right back at it. And so I'm like, it kind of ruins the whole point of your anniversary gift, buddy.
Yeah.
I love the fight scene at the end where he's constantly bouncing to different suits.
Just suit after suit after suit. And
he
half the
keeps
time he
destroying
doesn't
it.
even get the
However,
suit.
what I did think, no, that's not how he dies. Never mind. I was thinking, I was going to say, I thought it was kind of dumb and weird how he just dies by Aldrich Killian because a suit went on him and explodes. I was like, he's been cutting and decimating suits all night long.
Yeah,
but
that's not how he died.
But
Pepper
it's not.
killed him,
Yeah,
right?
Pepper.
Mandarin Pepper.
Okay, I thought that was weird.
I thought it was kind of cool because it was like,
I thought it was weird.
Well, because it was almost, in a word, karma. Because he's using Pepper as leverage, oh, what if her body rejects it and then she just goes kaboom or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But then her body accepted it, and then she eventually used the torture to kill him.
Yeah, but then in 5 minutes later, they're like, yeah, we had scientists fix Pepper. I'm like, well, wasn't that kind of the whole problem? Like, was all these things... I'm like, we have scientists fixing this Mandarin thing that you made. You're telling me they haven't figured out how to regrow limbs yet?
Well, because they can remove
I think
whatever
it's
what
just
was in her
weird.
system. Like,
That's
whatever
not-
the
No.
orange, the fruit that was in her. But
I just don't feel like...
here's the thing.
Weird.
I think removing like a little.
Did you like the arc reactor being removed?
Him not needing it full time.
Yeah. Like...
I mean, I'm happy for Iron Man that he got the.
Yeah.
He doesn't need it anymore. However, I do feel like he was like, it's a part of me. Like, that's kind of Iron Man,
Yeah, I was
so him
gonna
just
say,
not needing it anymore and him being able to be a normal human, I don't know how I feel about it.
I think I didn't like it because I feel like the arc reactor is so much of Iron Man.
Yeah.
And so it kind of takes away from Iron Man a little bit. Obviously, I have a big heart for, like, settling down and him having the family and kind of living that family life to round out his character arc and stuff like that. And so I'm like, yeah, great.
Yeah.
He gets to live the life that he finally
deserves
for him, And I love that, and I think that's beautiful. But, yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, I will say, we'll go over a few highs. We got to keep moving.
Yep.
I loved the like panic attack scenes. like the way
Oh
RDJ
yeah.
played those, you know, like check the
Yeah.
heart, check the what is it? Is it the brain? You know, I think
Yeah.
you had a panic attack, and
That's
so we're seeing the
very
repercussions of the New York attack and the effects that had, and that
Also-
really amps up when we see Thanos. It's like, dude, you don't realize like Thanos was New York. Thanos is just the
Yeah.
guy behind it.
Yeah.
You know, I think Iron Man is like,
Oh crap! Like it's here.
like, and that line, you know, he's like, or he says, "My only curse is you. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge. My only curse is
yeah.
you." That totally plays back to Iron Man 3 and the first Avengers and stuff like that. So I thought that was amazing. I liked the kid. I thought the little,
Yeah, the
So
What's his
I
name?
think what I would have preferred.
potato gun kid.
You know what I think I would have preferred?
What?
Iron Man mentoring him. Cap mentors Spider-Man. Captain America's
Whoa.
character is a lot more like Spider-Man and
That
Cap's
would've been weird.
thing is all like we're gonna sacrifice.
Yeah.
That is just their character. They're like the really moral characters of Marvel.
Yeah.
So I think that would have
That's
been
one
interesting.
thing that I would have loved to seen is like, you know, after Tony passed, you know, and I mean
the kid takes it over.
Yeah, and like that's
But
one
if he'd
thing.
been mentoring
That was
him,
a theory that you said. Is if Iron Man returns for Doomsday, it
If
could
it's
be
the
an
kid.
alternate version, an alternate dimension
version is the kid.
of Iron Man. and
Yeah,
it's
so
the kid.
imagine if we had the kid for 4 movies, and then Iron Man dies, and the kid kind of steps up and
Right.
takes over, and so that
Yeah.
would have been cool. I think. You know, I liked the kid. I thought he was funny.
Yeah, the kid
I thought
was
it was
awesome.
great. Yeah, I think there's positives. Wasn't amazing, but it wasn't awful.
Yeah.
You know, it was pretty good overall.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Thor: The Dark World.
Wait, we didn't rate it.
Oh yeah, Iron Man 3. Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. 6
7.
out of 10. You think it's underrated and you only give it a 7?
I don't think people give it.
Enough credit? So you're saying most people rate it?
Under a 7.
I don't think. I feel like
It's just hard
between
because we don't
6
know.
and 7 is
6
where
and a half.
probably where people would rate it. I feel like
Yeah.
7's maybe a fair rating for Iron Man 3. No, it's probably
then-
around 6. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's a 6 out of 10.
Alright.
All right.
Thor 2.
Thor: The Dark World. Okay. All right. Let's just
Alright,
start out. 3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Properly rated.
Properly rated.
I don't think people think it's a good movie. It wasn't that good of a movie, in my opinion.
Yeah. No.
I mean, the-
let's redo it. I actually think it is underrated.
Underrated.
Not by much. I don't think it's a great movie. I think it is overhated a little bit, though. Like, the
Okay.
banter and the relationship that we see between Thor and Loki the whole movie, fantastic. You know?
Yep.
Congratulations, you just beheaded your grandfather. That's hilarious.
What is that?
They shoot, like, a
haven't seen
missile
this
at the
so long.
statue, the giant statue, and
Okay.
it blows up the head, and Loki's like, congratulations, you decapitated your grandfather.
Okay.
So it's funny.
But I mean, you know, it was. I mean, with all the weird villains and Loki.
Villain wasn't memorable at all.
Nope. I said the weird villains because I don't even really remember what
Dark
it was.
Elves.
Dark Elves. So yeah,
You
Dark Elves.
do have to catch, like,
Yeah.
re-go through a lot of
Loki faking his death, his mom dying,
the Loki thinking was interesting. His mom dying wasn't.
Jane in the ether.
However, it did introduce the ether, so that's another important point. I thought
the
it was a
Infinity
little.
Stone.
I thought it was kind of good that, even though Eric Selvig was running around naked and that was a little weird,
Yeah.
it's fairly. It's nice that they put that in there because you know why he did that, right?
Why did he?
And
do
why
that?
he was on all that medication.
No, I don't.
It's because of when Loki brainwashed him with the scepter. It was like all the repercussions of it.
Oh.
And so he's like feeling all the repercussions of like his
Okay,
mental
yeah.
psych. Anyway, so I thought that was kind of interesting that they
I was
added
almost.
that and
I was a
thought
little
through
bit
that.
sad that the ether was the reality stone, because you know,
Yeah, I think that's weird.
the ether
It's
is
like a sludge. You like
and it's a
even like
stone,
Thor in Endgame.
but
He's like, I
then-
don't know who called it a stone. It's like more of a sludge,
Yeah.
which is what it
But
was.
then the weird part is then
Put her hand
Thanos
down.
has it in
Rock.
stone form.
Well, it's in stone form like the whole time.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't a stone. Like that's my thing. Is like it's a weird sludge ether thing.
I don't know.
And then it's like they just injected the ether into a little rock and went, "Here's your stone, Thanos."
Yeah,
you know?
I don't remember, and maybe we're missing something.
Yeah.
I feel like we probably are, but yeah, I don't remember as to when the ether becomes a stone or how or whatever. But that was a little weird. But that is the reality stone. It's important that was introduced. That needed to happen. But
I mean, yeah, Jane with the ether, the weird teleporting, you throw the item and it comes from the ceiling.
I thought there were portions that were weird. There were things I didn't like. The villain was super unmemorable. The plot wasn't amazing. The good things were Thor and Loki's banter and some important things. Okay? Yeah. So maybe I'd say it's properly rated.
Yeah.
I'll stick with that.
Okay.
All right, let's rate it out of 10. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, 4.
5. Yeah.
The only reason I went as low as 4 is because I think that there's more bad in that movie than good.
Yeah. That's definitely fair.
Like, there are great things, but I'm like, when the plot is bad and you don't remember who the villain was, there's a problem.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so there was just, I was like, pfft.
Yeah, it was very meh.
Another positive, though, was seeing how broken Loki was when his mom died.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
Yeah.
And touching. And, yeah, that was cool to play out. So that was good, but I feel like maybe, I'll do a 5.
Okay.
I'll go 5 with you.
So we're even.
5 of 10.
Even at 5.
Yep, 5 of 10. All right, next movie.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Okay, I'm so excited.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, underrated.
Properly rated.
I know people love it. This movie is top 5 MCU of all time. It's so good.
But I said properly rated because I think people think it's so good.
I feel like it's so much better. Like, it's just so good that people don't realize how so good that I realize.
Well, then maybe it's underrated. I don't know exactly.
It's so good.
But yeah, I mean, every scene. Good.
Like the talk with Robert Redford.
Who's
the
that?
Secretary, the kind of.
Oh, yeah.
And Steve, he's like, someone killed my best friend. I'm gonna find out who. Like, just the acting and and Captain America
and finding out the Bucky's the Winter Soldier, like the boat scene with the breaking in
the
and
music,
then the story of Crossbones,
all
and
of
everything.
All of it.
The entire movie.
It was so good. I think Falcon's introduction was amazing. I loved that Falcon was a wingman.
Yep, literally.
To Cap, I loved Black Widow and Cap's relationship. I'm glad they didn't date because I think that wouldn't have lasted. It would have made it weird, especially with him ending up with Peggy. Their friendship is one of the coolest things. And then we see that in Endgame with the peanut butter sandwich talk and stuff like that. It was amazing. That movie is...
I'm sorry, just put jelly on your peanut butter sandwich.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It is such a good
and like
elevator.
He's like, then finish. He's like, you're my best friend. He's like, you're my mission. He's like, then finish it because I'm with you to the end of the line.
Yep.
It just hits.
I want to tear up when he says that because of like the emotional damage.
It hits. It's so, but then he falls. But then Bucky pulls him out.
And then he pulls him out of the river.
So good.
But he doesn't even really know why. But he does deep down. It's
and that talk that he does, that Cap does over the intercom.
Yes.
It's
the
so
inspirational speech.
Good.
The entire movie is
so
just
good.
Good.
It's so good.
The elevator
I'm
scene
trying to think of
jumps through the window on his shield. I can't really think.
I can't think of like anything. Like, and man, the scene when they're in New Jersey, okay, the Apple and the Apple store, that was funny.
Yeah.
And then when they're in Jersey and we see Zola again, and the computer, and awesome. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think there's any bad. Yeah, okay, 3, 2, 1, 10 of 10.
I want to give it a 10, and I can't think of anything bad.
I feel like I need to give it a 9 because I feel like 10 is like...
It can't get any better.
No, I'm going to give it a 9.
Yeah.
Here's why.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with the movie.
Yeah.
It's perfect in every way.
Yep.
There wasn't the high blow me out of my seat that there was with like Endgame in the portal scene.
Okay.
There wasn't that insane moment where I just like, what?
Yeah, that's the one thing that I'm saying is like, I can't think of anything wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful.
But there's
nothing super astounding with it.
Like it's not a perfect movie. Like, it's not the definition of perfect, but it is so
It's
good. So, yeah,
so good.
I think it deserves that
Now,
9 of 10
and
spot.
maybe it would have gotten 10 if, like, I'm a young adult. You're a teenager.
Yeah.
We were not able to properly appreciate all these
Yeah.
movies coming out.
Yeah.
Watching Captain America in theaters, seeing Bucky fall, watching Winter Soldier in theaters, seeing the mask come off and seeing Bucky and
just
flipping out.
what?
Like, that would be crazy, and so maybe that would be that wow moment
Yeah.
for me if we had that.
In the hand-to-hand combat with Bucky
Man,
in that scene.
all the fights, like the dialogue is amazing, and then the fights are amazing.
Yeah.
Like all of it is
Before
just
we get
it's
started, does
perfect.
anyone want to get out?
Yeah,
Oh, the chills.
man, it's hard not to give it 10 out of 10.
Right?
You know,
Can I give it like a 9.5?
yeah, I feel like that's what we need to
Yeah,
do.
right?
9.5. It's so good.
It
It's
is
so good. Okay,
Top tier.
so top tier. That's definitely top 5 MCU for me.
Yeah.
All
Alright. Guardians of the Galaxy.
The first one. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Properly rated. I think people love it. I
Yep.
think it should be loved.
Yep.
I love that the Guardians of the Galaxy were nobodies. No one really knew.
Yep.
You went into the theaters being like, "Who are they?" You came out being like, "I love these
Yeah.
people."
And there was the one scene that I hated with Quill surviving, holding the stone. I was like, that is so stupid. But then it's explained in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 with Ego, and he's like half
But
god
I
or whatever.
love-
You know?
I stinking love that movie.
The scene
It's
of
great.
like where the Guardians of the Galaxy in the dance fight.
But like,
It has
yeah.
the witty, but it also has the serious. But it's just such a
It's-
well put
it's-
together
It's
movie.
witty.
You know?
It's funny. There's emotional scenes. There's action. There's the whole bit.
With Rocket
Love it.
and Drax, and they're like trying to kill
He
each other
called
in the
me a vermin.
yeah, in the casino or whatever. He's
That's
like,
so funny.
just wait it out, like you're supposed to be rich type of thing. You know, it
Yeah.
had such funny
I
parts.
think it was so good. It was so, and the way
oh
that
my
all the
gosh.
teams met each other and all the people
Right.
met, and then the way that they ganged up
Yep,
and beat
yeah.
Ronan and
right.
all that.
The oh my gosh, this is such the funny part when he's like, you know, Drax sees him flying out of the ship. He's like, he's so awesome. You know, what were you receiving? And he gives him the Playboy or the tape recorder or whatever. He's like, you imbecile.
you imbecile.
It was so funny.
Drax is so funny.
Drax.
I think
yeah.
Drax is
He's eating his Zord
hilarious. No, that's a different
Yeah, I know it's a different
But,
one,
like,
but just your Drax.
You imbecile. He's
So funny.
he is funny, and the prison
especially-
escape.
The prison escape was
It's
awesome.
so good.
You know, here's another Drax one. You know, he's like we gotta take on Ronan. Like he killed my family. You know, and he takes on Ronan. He's like, but Ronan was just a puppet. I need Thanos. You know, and
Thanos
he's like,
really the one
wow,
we need to kill.
yeah.
I love the that one. So he's like, I need the guy's leg, and he comes back. He's like, what do you need the leg for? He's like,
He's like,
I
I
didn't really need
that.
it. I just thought it'd be
What-
funny.
what
He's like,
did it look
what do you
like?
look like?
Half
Hopping around
around.
on one leg. He's like, I didn't give him
Yeah, I
30,000.
transferred 30,000 units. He's like,
He's like, just laughing.
and I need that guy's eye.
That guy's eye. I love it when they're like breaking down the plan, and then you see Groot in the background.
Yeah,
He just rips out
Rips
the battery.
out the battery. Well, and he pulls the thing out, and then you see
He's
him
like,
go like,
rips it down. He's like,
he's like,
or we
so-
can improvise.
yeah, and we
And
need
just-
to get that last. Beep,
And it's
beep.
very important that we get that laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was a good movie.
I think it's
really
a really good movie. All right. Are you
Alright.
ready?
Yeah.
3, 2,
2,
1,
1,
8.
8. All right.
It's a solid 8.
Yeah.
It's a solid 8. It's not a perfect movie.
Yeah. No.
It has its flaws, but it
Yep.
is really, really, really
Yep.
good. You know, it's
Yeah.
really good. It's so hard for movies to make the top 5 MCU because there are a lot of
There's
MCU
a lot of
bangers.
Marvel movies.
There's a lot. You know
Yeah.
what's sad? I don't know if Infinity War would make my top 5. I don't know.
I'm not gonna say anything yet, so you guys can roast him while I get a chill. I'll talk
I'm
about
just
that
not
later.
positive. And we'll get to that at some point.
Yes.
Okay, next movie.
Okay.
Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yes. Avengers.
This movie had its issues. This
It
movie was
did.
not perfect, but I loved it. I thought
Wanda
it was
was
great.
introduced. I'm sorry. The death of Quicksilver.
It was
garbage.
so dumb.
Sorry, Marvel.
Like, okay, look, I get that they
Garbage.
introduced him to kill him to make Wanda's
Wanda,
story. And
yeah.
look, the scene where she falls underneath and she goes Blitz Monkey because
Oh,
he
yeah.
died, awesome scene, right?
Awesome.
But I'm like, okay, my man is faster than bullets, okay? He sees this ship coming in. He goes, okay, let me go get a car, flip it over, push it in the way, and get shot in the process rather than just run and grab them and get them out of there. Like, it drives me nuts.
Like, he's
I'm like,
definitely
okay.
not as fast as the Flash. But yeah, I would say he's faster than a bullet. So how did he get killed by one?
He is so
Marvel?
fast. I might get hate for this. I liked his version better than the X-Men one. A lot of people like the X-Men Quicksilver better. I don't. I loved his Quicksilver.
When I saw
thought he was
Pedro in
Keep up, old
WandaVision,
man.
yes,
Nobody would know.
Last I saw him, Ultron was sitting on him.
Ultron was sitting on him.
So good.
Son of a gun.
The
comedy in that movie is peak.
Pedro in WandaVision, I was almost
You were confused because he hasn't seen the X-Men movies.
Yeah. I definitely liked him better in Age of Ultron, so I'm with you.
I did.
We can get the hate together.
Was so dumb.
Yeah.
The comedy is funny. I love that, like, even with all the debacle over Vision and what are we gonna do, the very end when he's like, how can all of you expect to be all of me, and Iron Man just goes, like the old man said, together. And then, like, the scene where the robots are flying in and they're protecting the core and Cap flips and Vision grabs one
that
and
one like
lasers
slow-mo scene of all of
it's so
good.
good. I think that the Bruce Banner and Natasha romance was really weird and I didn't love it.
Yeah.
Especially because it never went anywhere. Like, if they had a beautiful build-up and they ended up with each other, that's one thing. It just didn't, and it was wasted, and it was kind of weird.
I liked it, but then it got worse when it was like it didn't go anywhere. And then, of course, because of that, like, you know, Ragnarok and...
I also thought the Wanda visions were weird. Like, when she would, like, tap into their head and mess them up.
Oh, yeah.
The one with Thor
the Wanda
where...
visions...
The one where Thor, where he seems Heimdall and Heimdall's blind, and that's a little weird. But I love I almost said Fulk. That's weird. Hulk versus Iron Man fight. That was a good one.
Oh yes,
super.
I'm sorry. It's so funny.
It's great.
Yeah.
So that movie, I think the comedy, like, yeah. You get hurt, earn it back. You get killed,
walk it off.
Walk it off.
Does it make sense? No. Do I agree with it? No.
I think the comedy in that is hilarious. Then again, there was some weird scenes, like the whole Ragnarok when Thor goes into the water and he's trying to figure that stuff out. I didn't really get that. I thought that was weird. And I think they ended up not using that plot line. So they put a plot line in to set up for another movie and then they changed it. So it was weird.
Yeah.
But I actually think that movie gets... we actually never said overrated or underrated for this one, I don't think. Age of Ultron.
Oh, shoot. Did
3,
we not?
2, 1, underrated.
Well,
I think it's underrated.
I think it's properly rated.
You probably say anything.
Yeah, I think it's properly rated.
I think Age of Ultron gets more hate than it should. I actually thought it was really good. That's a movie I'd sit down. I love watching it. It's very enjoyable. There are just its issues. And like the Pietro one...
Language.
Sends me off. Yeah. Cap said a bad language word. You know, and the scene at the bar scene, or like the party scene, you know. I love that this drink is not meant for mortal men. Neither was Omaha Beach Blondie. Come on, stop trying to scare us.
And then what does he say?
Hey, she is. Yeah, he's like getting carried out.
Yeah, that was...
So Stan Lee has been amazing in all of his movies. Yeah, I think it's good. It has its issues, but yeah.
I would rate it.
It's the worst of the Avengers movies, probably.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, 7.
I
was gonna say 8, but then I was like, it's not on the level as Guardians.
But I can't put it as low as a 6.
I can't give it to. It's not. Guardians just didn't have the bad stuff that Age of Ultron had.
Yeah.
But I think I felt happier in my spirit when we see all the Avengers working together in Age of Ultron.
Right.
So maybe I think I would give it an 8. But like Guardians is like an 8.5, and this is like an 8.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Yeah.
You didn't finish.
Yeah, I think the comedy was great. I thought all of it was hilarious.
Get my joke though.
Yeah, it was great. So I think I would actually give it an 8, but it's like an 8 and Guardians like an 8.5. Yeah. It's not as good as Guardians. It is really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ant-Man.
Last one. Ant-Man.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Properly rated. I know that you're obsessed with Ant-Man. If you guys have been watching our TikTok or YouTube shorts, you know that he puts Ant-Man on his top 5 MCU characters.
I might change that now. I was tired when I made that list. I don't know if I would. I'd have to remake that list another day.
You have always loved Ant-Man.
I do love Ant-Man.
He's always been like your second favorite.
Ant-Man, him being the burglar and then getting the suit from Hank Pym, and then he's like, I'm done breaking into places and stealing crap. He's like, so what do you want me to do?
I need you to break into a place and steal some crap. Okay,
like,
I thought his fight with Falcon was funny. So the comedy's good, the action's pretty good. I just don't love the character Ant-Man. Wasn't super interesting to me. He's good. He's not great. Ant-Man 1 is the best of the Ant-Mans.
However, the setup of like he goes to the quantum realm, then he gets the idea for the disc, and he comes back. He was like, that goes into Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And I love the Yellow Jacket villain.
The Yellow Jacket was awesome. I thought it was kind of funny. It felt like some what's the word? Comedy almost with for a second at least, Yellow Jacket getting taken out by the bug zapper because Yellow Jacket, but they were small and but then of course he comes back like electrified.
Right. So I think it was, for the most part, it was pretty good. The comedy was there. The action was pretty there. Okay, ready to rate it?
Yep.
All right. Oh.
I think I got it.
3, 2, 1, 8. 7.
I would rate it a 7 or an 8.
I was going to give it a 6, and then I was like, I think 6 is probably too mean. And Ant-Man is a good movie. I just did not.
7 or 8, but I think I got to stick with the
I'd go 7. Okay.
Yeah, 8.
All right, we got to move on to our next segment. We spent a long time on that one. But
yeah. So we are
there's
on
Phase 2.
Segment 3.
Next week, I think we'll do Phase 3.
Okay, so this is a segment for you.
That I do not know of.
Okay.
Am I in the frame if I lean back like this?
Yeah, I believe you are.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll be back,
Segment 3 is Finish the Line. Okay?
Ooh,
so, and if you can, I need you to finish the line and then say who said the line. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
If I'm able to finish the line, I should know who it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We have a... Should I try doing it in the voice?
That's a horrible line.
Well, we have a...
We have a Hulk, and that's Infinity War, and Loki says it.
No.
What? Oh.
Tony Stark says it.
Okay, but I'm not wrong. That line is also said by Loki. So that's a hard line because it's literally repeated.
When does Loki say that?
In Infinity War, they're on the ship when Thanos is killing everyone. He's like, we have a Hulk, and then Hulk jumps out and starts fighting Thanos.
Okay, so yeah, I'll definitely give that one to you because it is
Stark.
repeated. Yeah, Tony Stark.
We have a Hulk.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm just a kid from
Queens.
Yep. Said by
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Peter Parker. What movie is that?
I didn't write down the movies.
Okay.
I don't actually know.
Okay.
Sorry. Please tell me. Sorry, I fixed that. Please tell me nobody. I can give you a hint if you need. I'll give you the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
These lines are just so generic.
Avengers 1.
Please tell me nobody. Criminy. The problem is I haven't watched that movie in way too long.
Okay, do you want the answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's said by Tony Stark after he falls out of the wormhole and he says, please tell me nobody kissed me.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I tried giving you some hard ones because I know you're a really nerd about all this stuff.
I am really good about it. The line that kept coming to my head was like, someone peed my pants. I just didn't know if
I don't know if it was baby me or
old me.
Or just me.
Me.
Okay. Okay. So that was Iron Man, please tell me nobody kissed me, okay?
Okay.
The strongest will, or... wait. Fudge.
You don't have the line?
No, I do, but I think I just said it.
I don't know what you said. Alright, sorry guys. Our camera battery died because we're playing the video on the highest quality. Anyway, we replaced the battery. We're going to continue where we left off.
Yep.
Movie quotes. Okay.
Yep. We ended with "Please Tell Me Nobody Kissed Me" by Iron Man. Okay.
Yep. Next one.
Next one. Where am I? Aha. Okay. The hardest choices require the strongest
will.
By
Thanos.
Yep. Okay, you got that one. I think it's technically Will's, but whatever.
How's that? Because that I remember the scene too. That's Infinity War. That's when he's talking to Gamora in the throne room. The hardest choices, I think. And then you don't know that. I'm the only one that knows that, or at least I'm the only one with the will to act on. Maybe that's not that scene, but I'm anyway.
Yeah.
You have any more?
I know you're gonna get this one. I had to throw it in there because it's funny.
Okay. Okay.
Whoever you are, whatever you've done, surrender now, or we will show you no mercy.
You just said the whole line.
No. What's said next?
Whoever you are, whatever you've done, leave now, or we will show you no mercy. Well, first I gotta figure out what that is.
You serious?
I am. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, this is the funniest line.
Oh yeah. Whoever I am. Did you listen to a word I said? Yeah,
Said
Thor
by-
Ragnarok, Hela. Well,
Yep.
it's actually said by. I don't remember his friend's name, but Hela says the next
Yeah,
part.
that's the point. Is who says the
Right.
first line.
Okay.
Um,
Whoever I am. Were you listening to a word I just said?
Alright. Listen well, brother.
I'm listening.
Yes. Said by.
Loki.
Yep.
That scene's great.
Yes, I love that scene. And that is all the lines. You got, I think, here, how many
All
do
of
we
them
have?
but one.
Yeah, so...
How many did you have?
One sec.
It's actually, you don't know these.
7.
7?
Oh, wait. I missed one.
Okay.
Well, I didn't really. I'm just going to throw this in there. I just have to. I know you know it. I love you.
3,000.
So, that adds up to 8. You got 7 of 8.
I'm
Good
pretty
job.
happy with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did pretty well.
Yeah.
And most of those were pretty generic.
hard. Yeah, they were pretty hard.
Okay. On to
Hot
our last
takes.
segment. Hot takes. It's a little hard coming up with hot takes, guys, because we agree on a lot of things, but we had one that we actually ended up debating for like 10, 15 minutes. Then we were like,
Off
okay, we just
camera.
gotta save it for this. Okay, so
You wanna
all
start?
right, you start.
Okay. This is the one that we debated for a little, and we decided to stop. That the Sokovia Accords.
Wait,
make
do you have
sense.
2 or only 1?
I think we both have 1.
Oh, well then I'll start because I think yours is more heated.
Okay.
Okay, Cars 2 is the worst
You're
of
an
the
idiot.
trilogy.
You're an idiot.
Hear me
You're
out.
an idiot.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Alright.
Hear me out.
Let's
I
hear it.
like Cars 2.
No, you don't.
I love Tow Mater. I love Finn McMissile. I think it's great.
Finn.
I think it's funny. It is not a Cars movie. The whole shut up. The first one starts off with Doc and Lightning McQueen, who's super selfish and all about himself, and he learns this lesson and he falls in love with this little
Can
town
you
and
talk-
stuff. Cars 2 is not that at all. At all.
Can you talk about it not being a Cars movie if you couldn't think of Lightning McQueen's name?
Okay, here's what Cars 2... I'm not saying Cars 2 shouldn't exist. It's not a good Cars movie.
Cars 2 is the best Cars movie.
It's not, though. Here's what it's not. Like, the
Yes.
first one's the best. The third one's the second best. And the third one's the second best because I like how McQueen does for Cruise what Doc
How
did
are
for
you
him.
not knowing these names,
I did.
my
You
guy?
just said it before me.
How he helped.
Cruise before, like, how Doc helped him. And then at the end, when he has the blue wrap and the red tires, it says, like, the fabulous Lightning McQueen or whatever. And he's, like, playing the Doc role. I loved that. I loved it. And seeing Smokey and him training her and then McQueen realizing it's not about him. Like, it can't always be about me. And so it's those lessons, and there's a character and sweetness to the stories that they had. I'm not saying the second one is just a bad movie and it shouldn't exist. It should be a separate series.
No.
Yes, it should be like the Fast and Furious.
I
but
would
for
not be
cars.
mad about that if
Imagine.
they made an entire series on it.
Yeah.
You gotta
Imagine
tell
they
me
did
the
a
best
Fast and
line
Furious
in that
with
movie.
Mater. Which one?
Cars 2.
Cars 2? Oh,
You
yeah.
know it.
yeah.
You know it.
Finn McMissile, British intelligence. Tow Mater,
Average
average intelligence. I think that's so funny. Because
So
obviously
good.
that's not what they're implying when they say British intelligence. You know, that's saying
That's-
like you're a type of spy, like
Yeah.
CIA personnel. And they say average intelligence. Cars 2 is pretty good. It's fun. It's enjoyable. Whatever.
Take home.
Right. all of that, great, fine, funny. It should not be a part of the Cars.
You've always been the bomb.
You gotta admit, it should not be a part of the Cars trilogy.
It should be.
It shouldn't, and it's not the best.
He destroyed...
I think you are insane for saying Cars 2 is better than the first one. You are. Like, him falling in love with Sally and Doc and how all of that plays it. Come on. Mm-hmm. Ed Mader's comedy. He's like... I love that he's like... Boom! Freedom! And he's like... I probably should have hooked him up to Bessie. And then took off the boot. And then took the boot off. Right, that was so funny. Mader is hilarious in the first one.
I'll be your waiter.
Mader the waiter.
That's funny right there.
That's funny right there. That's the second one, though.
Yeah, I know.
But I think the first one has the character and the story building, and it has the
second one
tender
is just
sides.
a more enjoyable movie.
There's not that.
Make me a monster truck. Make me, and he's like switching between all the cars.
It's fun. There's no personality to the movie.
There's lots of personality.
No, there's
it's
not.
all about Mader. Mader is personality.
No, he's a personality.
Oh yeah. He's the only personality
that, McQueen and his whole thing shifting and him kind of becoming a different person and him falling in love with Sally and then he has to leave.
Yeah, but Mader
and then
love
he stops
story.
and doesn't win the race so that he can go push him through the it's so good.
But then Mader gets his own love story
but
with
it doesn't,
another British
that
intelligence.
Was not it wasn't 25% as good.
Instead of going for a drive or a race, they go fly. Because they both fly.
It was not a Cars movie. It didn't fit the personality of what
fly
Cars
now?
should be.
They fly now.
It was really sad that we never saw Doc.
Well, Doc died.
I get that, like the voice actor did. So then we had Smokey. But I feel like Smokey kind of was the Doc again to McQueen. And then McQueen took the Doc role for Cruise. Like, there is the heart in 1 especially and 3. 2 did not have it. It's enjoyable. It should not be a part of the Cars trilogy. It should be its own thing. If they made 10 movies about Fast and Furious Tow Mader, it would have been funny and enjoyable. But they didn't do that. They put it in the Cars movie, the Cars trilogy, and it ruined it. It is the worst of the trilogy because it didn't carry the weight that Cars 1 did. Here's what I will admit,
okay? It was a little bit like, yeah, here you go. Like, it would have made a little more sense if it was like Cars 1 and then Cars 3 was Cars 2. It was kind of just stuck in there.
It was stuck in there. It was, like, so unrelated.
But it was very unrelated. But it was so good.
It was decent. It's enjoyable. It's fun. Whatever.
Decent.
I find, like, I have more enjoyment.
It's
and like when I'm watching Cars 1, I get this smile of, like super happy... Like a super happy, sweet, content smile. Like when McQueen and Sally are driving and they're doing the windy drive and it's like the music.
Does that remind you of
and it's so good and it's so sweet and seeing McQueen change. And then he buys the sets of tires and he gets the paint job and it's so sweet. It is so
No, I'm
sweet.
in the piston cup. Guido don't follow the piston cup. Guido only follow the Ferraris.
Guido only follow the Ferraris. Right. And so I'm like, the second one was just a big red alarm in between these two. The third one played well off the first. The second one did not play well off the first at all. Then again, it's a fine movie. It's decent. It doesn't make me as content. It's more just a sit down and it's enjoyable.
If I'm turning on one of the Cars movie, it's probably the second one. Is what I'm saying.
All the way. You guys have to let us know. I think I make a great point. It should not, it's a fine, it's enjoyable. It shouldn't be
I know this probably won't happen, but we need Andrew to watch this, because he will side with me.
Alex will side with you. Alex is the one.
Yeah, Alex, sorry. I said
Cars
Andrew,
2.
didn't I?
Yep.
Fudge. I meant to say Alex.
Andrew would not side with me because he hates Cars 2. I don't hate it. Yeah. I think it's a fine movie. I think it's fun. I think it's enjoyable. It should not be a Cars movie.
He wants there to be a universe where it doesn't exist. And then Alex was saying, he was like, I want there to be a universe where there's just a spin-off of just Cars 2s.
Then again, and I think that would be funny if Cars 2 was a spin-off of a good Cars trilogy. But it wasn't because of Cars 2.
But I like it because I don't have to say, oh, Cars 2.
Cars
is
2
spin-off.
threw a
It is
monkey
the
wrench
main trilogy.
into the Cars trilogy.
I don't know.
It doesn't belong in the Cars trilogy. It should have been a spin-off later.
Disagreed. It has a perfect place.
No, it doesn't. And you admitted it.
I said it's weird in there, but I'm saying I'm
said it
glad it's
doesn't
not
fit.
just weird, some weird spin-off.
You said it doesn't even
Maybe
fit.
they could have rearranged it then. How's that?
How would you have rearranged it that fits better? Either way, it's a monkey wrench, no matter where you put it.
You can actually put it before because McQueen was a racer. Even in the first one, it was just about him trying to get to his race after he fell out of Mac's truck. So you could have put it as the first one.
No, that's still...
Cars 1 is 2, 2 is 3.
No, because that still would have ruined it. Because
3 is 2.
That still would have ruined it.
How?
Because then we're going from Mater, who's the main character of Cars 2, to the next two movies being about Lightning McQueen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it wouldn't work. Cars 2 should not be a part of the Cars trilogy.
Mater may have been the main character, but you can still tell Lightning is kind of like the main character. Like it's about Mater kind of trying to save Lightning from being.
It's about. Yeah, okay, but like Spider-Man tries to save this city. That doesn't mean the movie's more about the city.
Debatable.
No.
I'm joking.
Look. It should have been a spin-off later. Shouldn't be a part of the Cars 2 or the Cars
I
trilogy.
Think it's fine in the Cars trilogy. I love the movie.
It's not.
I think this debate is over.
But I don't think we're gonna come to a middle ground. So, you guys let us know. I think I make a great point though. It's not a terrible movie. It just does not belong in there. It throws a monkey wrench and kind of ruins the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's get to...
Sokovia Accords made sense.
The Sokovia Accords made sense. No, they didn't. Realistically, if the Avengers in our day and age, in our real world, were a thing, there would need to be some form of governmental check.
Yep.
For them. You can't just have a band
Obviously.
of random people, especially ones that are, are not even from our country, running around saving the world as the Hulk or whatever. It doesn't work in the MCU.
Why?
We already had this debate.
Yes, we did, and
okay.
We're going to have it on camera
No. Because the government was the reason for so many bad things in the MCU. They cannot say, hey, I get that we've messed up and almost murdered hundreds of millions of people, but we also want you to listen to us and not go places when we tell you no. It doesn't do anything. Like, the Avengers have been where they needed to be and saved the Earth enough that the government needs to shut up and be grateful.
But like you said, in our modern society, even if we had a team of heroes, they were doing good.
Yeah, I get that, but you can't compare that though, because our government is not our government's not killing hundreds of millions of people in our own country.
Well, who knows? Honestly,
no, we're not.
Well, no, I'm saying what
Hydra came from the government.
Hydra came from the government, so the government's corrupt. But what happens when, like what happened? Hulk comes out. He goes evil. Maybe he's flipped by Wanda. Maybe he just kind of goes crazy fighting the Abomination and causes billions of dollars. Maybe what they would have said if the Sokovia Accords were in place was don't go in the city and cause more damage.
We need you to stay.
And we will take care of the Abomination.
No.
Now what
the only reason
shut
you
up and let me talk.
Shut up brainwashed.
Shut up and let me talk. Okay?
Brainwashed.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Abomination fight in the 2008 Hulk.
He didn't go crazy.
He didn't go crazy. He still caused a lot of damage.
And stopped the Abomination from blowing up the city.
Yes, but if the government...
And saved hundreds of
millions
of people!
It's like the freaking Incredibles. You've seen Incredibles 2. Yes, they were doing the right thing. But they see destruction and they see you. Who takes the blame? You. Okay? The Abomination's not going to jail because he's a wanted criminal. Okay? So when it would be better for the Hulk if you did what the government said and just stayed there, if...
Here's why what you say makes zero sense and is a dumb argument. Okay? Because I get, like, Sokovia...
Okay.
Age of Ultron, there was tons of damage. The city fell. Tons of people died. That's why Zemo was so mad. But if the Avengers hadn't shown up, humanity would have gone extinct and it would have been replaced by robots. It doesn't make any sense.
listen to me.
So
okay?
with damage, they prevented damage.
The government could have stopped the abomination. They're not going to stop the fallen city. I think they would have said, yeah, Avengers need to go handle this and stop this.
The government wasn't stopping the abomination.
The Hulk was causing damage because he was the one punching the building.
Did Hulk save money or cause more damage in money and in
I don't know exactly
civilian
what you're
deaths?
talking about, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. Okay, listen to me when I say
No, I need
the
you to
Avengers
answer that.
didn't
That's
cause
important.
the flying city.
Yeah, neither did Hulk cause. Okay,
The broken
here's my
buildings,
point.
yes, he did.
No, Abomination did. So I have a question.
Chasing after the
Did
abomination,
Hulk?
he fell to
Did
the
Hulk
buildings.
showing up and fighting Abomination save more money in human lives, or cost more money in damages and
Well, we
and
don't
more
know
people
because
die?
we never saw an
No,
alternate
no,
ending.
you 100% know. Hulk prevented damage.
You don't know how.
Yes, and the military wasn't able to do anything. They had armored trucks, and Abomination was flipping them and catching missiles. They literally get out a rocket launcher, shoot it, and Abomination catches it,
Okay.
and then smashes it on himself,
Okay.
and then
So-
flips their trucks.
Can you shut up?
You're crazy.
Shut up. Okay. Let's say the Hulk saves way more money. Okay. If the government doesn't want him out there, okay, think about it realistically once again. Okay, you can't have a raging beast in the streets. He has to be controlled. That's why the Sokovia Accords made sense. Yes, the government would have sent the Avengers out for Sokovia because what is the government gonna do to stop a falling city? Where if you have a flying god and
I get what you're saying.
flying
Name
heroes.
one time the heroes showed up when they shouldn't have and caused tons of havoc besides when Hulk was brainwashed.
Okay.
Boom!
Okay.
Boom!
Spit on me. My gosh. Okay. But listen to me. You gotta stop acting like a geek because you're stupid.
You better get
Listen
to a point.
me, I'm talking, but
Uh-huh.
you're interrupting me, okay? Eventually, one of them will flip like Hulk did.
He didn't
And-
flip.
Yes,
He
he
was
did.
brainwashed.
He was brainwashed, so he flipped.
He's not the one
Stupid.
flipping. Then again, okay, let's say the Sokovia Accords are in place and the Avengers are listening. He gets brainwashed. No, Hulk, we need you to stay here. Oh, I'm
But then,
Okay.
if Hulk is in check with them, they will know and they'll be able to take him out
No,
and take him down way faster than if they didn't in check. And they're
not
like,
true.
oh, that's just normal Hulk. But if they know, oh, he's not checking in, he's been brainwashed, we need to take him out,
Not-
they're going to do that way faster so the Sokovia Accords would save millions of dollars.
Not true. Hulk
in
wasn't
damage.
even in the Sokovia fight. When they went after Ultron, Hulk was on the Quinjet and Wanda still got to him
When?
and turned him bad. In Age of Ultron, when he goes nuts on the city, he wasn't even in that fight. They sidelined him.
Okay.
Because the government was like, oh, Hulk's been causing too much damage. So they said, look, you need to sit out unless we really need you. He wasn't even in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter. They still got him. He was still brainwashed.
Okay, but that's right before the Sokovia Accords. If he was in and everyone just agreed to the Sokovia Accords, they would have saved money.
No,
And
they wouldn't
yes,
have.
because the Hulk would not have done as much damage as if, okay, he's checking in. Oh wait, he's not checking in. Something's wrong. Take him down. Take him out.
That's not
Bring
how
him
that,
in.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. It's not.
Eventually,
I
an
need you to
Avengers
check
going
in
to
every
go rogue.
30 seconds. No,
You can say no,
that's
but realistic.
absurd.
Okay, we have seen the movies and we are on the Avengers side because they do good. Think about it from a realistic standpoint. You are the government.
We're not.
You are the government.
We're not thinking
Think
about this on what it would look like if the Avengers were in our
So
world.
stupid.
We're thinking about this in the MCU. You're
in
saying
the MCU, if you were the government, you need control on these wild animals.
I'm not saying the government being like, hey, you
from
need to
our
be under
perspective,
government.
You have to think about this realistically because from our perspective, we make they don't need check-in. Obviously, Team Iron Man. We don't like if you were a hero.
That's not
you
what I'm
wouldn't
saying.
want.
If I was in the MCU government, of course I would be like, yeah, you guys need.
So what are you fighting me about?
Because the Avengers are like, heck no, you guys do realize you're the cause of a lot of the evil that we have prevented.
Our government
Millions
is
of deaths
corrupt
from.
too.
Okay, but they didn't create 3 helicarriers that were going to kill hundreds of millions of people.
They did not design those helicarriers to
Yes,
create
they did.
hundreds
That's
of millions of
Hydra,
people.
which is an off-brand,
Okay, let's say
offsite of the government.
real time, right now, we have nukes, okay? So if Hydra or something comes in, they can activate those nukes to kill hundreds of millions of people.
Okay, but if the CIA, which is a subdivision of the government, blows up Russia, that's a freaking problem. And then people come in and prevent Russia from being blown up, and then the government's like, I know that we just tried to blow up Russia, but we need you, who just saved Russia, to now listen to us. No! Because we've been there. We've prevented deaths and damages every single time. We've done the right thing every single time. You guys have actually done the wrong thing tons of times, are unable to handle these threats, and now you want us to check in? No!
Yeah.
That's absurd!
So, okay. You guys, I'm gonna dig into history here, okay? You guys, the whole point of our founding fathers
Stop comparing it
no
to
king.
our government.
No king. There's not supposed to be a king. And we have super soldiers that can't just be taken down. They have to be in check
This isn't
because
our
it
world.
makes them
This
a
is
king.
the MCU.
I don't give a flip.
You should.
Because
Stop comparing it to ours.
It's our world with superheroes. That's what it is.
Okay, there is no king. Captain America,
But that
like he
makes
said,
them
was just a
king.
kid from Brooklyn
If
and
they
flew
can
a
make
ship
the
full of
decisions,
bombs into the
if
ice.
they get to make the decisions on should I let New York be blown up or not?
Except
yes,
the
they
government's
would be in
making
check.
that. Except the government's making that decision.
When did the
The
government?
government would be saying, "Oh, should we say?" You know what the government wanted? Hold on,
Both
no, this is a great
Avengers
point.
made that
Shh,
Captain
stop,
America when
stop,
he went in the
shush.
ice, and Iron
quiet.
Man when he went in the wormhole.
Be quiet. This is a great point.
Both times.
Be quiet. If the Sokovia Accords existed in Avengers one time, the Avengers would not have been permitted to go save New York. They would have sent a nuke to Manhattan and blown it up. That's what they tried doing. And then Iron Man flew it into space. So the Avengers wouldn't have been there, and millions of people
Pretty sure
on
that was
Manhattan.
Hydra.
No, that was the government. The
like
council.
You said, the Hydra
council.
is government. That's
No,
the corrupt
the
part.
council that Nick Fury talked with on the screens, they said, you're not in control. We're blowing up Manhattan to
Okay.
prevent this threat.
Okay.
One, that's stupid.
Okay.
You would have killed tons of people.
Is that how
The
it
Avengers
would've gone
never would have been there.
realistically?
Yes!
No, that's
No,
not
no,
how
that
that
is how that's... No, stop comparing it to our government. That is what they did. So
I
if
don't give a crap.
they weren't...
Because realistically, they wouldn't have just said, let's blow up half the United States.
You gotta stop comparing it. That is what they did, though.
I don't care.
We're doing it off the MCU. That is what happened in the MCU.
They have to be in check.
Why?
The Sokovia Accords make sense.
The Sokovia Accords would
You
have
guys
caused
can say what
Manhattan
you
to have been
think.
blown up. Manhattan would have been
And
blown
that
up.
is the
Iron Man
government's
never
problem.
would have actually stopped the alien invasion because they would have just blown up Manhattan. Iron Man's the one that flew
And
it
then
into the
learn their
mothership and
lesson.
blew that all up
Then they can learn their lesson the hard way.
by killing millions of people.
No, by having
And
aliens
then,
invade their world.
and then later on, they also try to kill millions of people with more ships. So no, the government's
more
just
ships went.
the MCU's got the helicarriers, the 3 helicarriers. That's after Avengers 1. So Avengers 1, they try and blow up Manhattan.
They weren't trying to. That wasn't the government, though. That was the corrupt part of the government, and there were still
No,
parts
that is
of
the
that government that weren't corrupt, like that one guy when Crossbones said
No,
to launch
no,
the
that
helicarriers,
was
and
not.
he said no.
That was not a corrupt part of the government. That's a
Yes, it
government
was.
that looked at New York and decided the Avengers are incapable of protecting us, and we need to stop this alien invasion from spreading, so we're going to blow up Manhattan.
That's not what
to
I'm talking
blow it
about.
all
I'm
up.
talking about Captain America and the Winter Soldier, the 3 helicarriers.
Buddy, then again, it's like the CIA. It's just a subdivision. It was a corrupt subdivision.
Exactly.
But the government does not get to command control over people who stopped a portion of you from murdering millions and millions of people.
Just because a couple good guys came in and saved the city does not mean
again and
that
again.
you can be quiet because I'm talking about after the first time. Okay? Just because they saved a city once does not make them God and does not mean they get to control everything and make their own decisions and make literally life-changing for millions of people decisions whenever they want.
Here's what's
They need to be
so
checked
dumb,
in
though.
by the government that is corrupt, that is elected
Pause for a second.
by the people.
Let's look at when the Ross is talking about initiating the Accords, right?
Okay?
He plays all these clips of huge destruction moments.
Yep.
Okay.
Wanda
we see,
lights a building on fire.
Yeah. No, she didn't. he had bombs strapped to his chest. It was going to blow up the building anyway. She actually prevented it from blowing up a lower portion of the building, which probably would have had the whole building.
Why didn't she throw him the other way?
There's buildings. They were in the city.
She couldn't have thrown him. This is the building that way.
She actually prevented a lot more damage.
She could have prevented.
What would have happened if they didn't? No, she didn't though. She didn't. And they show the scene from Winter Soldier with all the 3 helicarriers crashing and on fire. I'm like, you do realize millions and millions of people would have died. Like all these scenes and Sokovia and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, the Avengers don't show up to Sokovia. Okay, the island doesn't crash, but humanity is wiped from existence, and now we have a humanity of robots. Like all these things, I'm like,
but
your point is disproven.
Is that a couple people come in, they don't have permission to do any of this, and they do all of it.
Why do they get to decide if they're half the reason all this damage is happening?
You have to. Oh my gosh! Because like our founding fathers. Okay,
yep.
You can't. What?
You
I'm going to history.
To us.
I'm going to history because that is the point of America. New York is in America. Last time I checked. We're not in China. The Avengers are in America.
Say your point.
Okay, my point is that not one person or one little group of people get to control America and the decisions they work for America.
They don't.
The founding fathers made the government that. Well, then that's the Sokovia Accords. Is that they shouldn't.
And a system can fall apart.
Okay.
Like just because the founding fathers created this system doesn't mean that it wasn't changed and became super corrupt over time, which it did.
Maybe it did change, and maybe it did become
what's
corrupt.
your point? That the Avengers own the world?
My point is that the
Avengers
shouldn't be able to make world-changing decisions on their own without consulting the owners, the runners of America, of the nation that they're affecting.
Then again, I would agree on a normal standpoint. The fact that the only decisions that life-altering decisions that have saved life, not taken it, saved money, not taken it.
Until it does.
And the government had actually attempted to take more lives and take more money.
I have one.
Okay.
So
I don't think you're going to beat my Avengers 1.
Okay, how about this? I need the viewers to listen to this.
We have to wrap up because we're probably going
I know, but I need the viewers to listen to this, okay? We have these powerful beings. They all have powers, right? They're all trying to take down the one big bad guy, Thanos, right? Then one of them loses their cool, hits Thanos, and kills half of humanity.
What happens if the Avengers don't show up to fight Thanos at all?
Well, then half humanity dies anyway.
Right, and then Endgame never happens, and they never bring anybody back, and Thanos erases everyone, everyone stays dead.
What would have happened if Quill was in check and they said, no, I don't want you going in right now? Well, okay, Quill doesn't go in because the government says no. He didn't hit Thanos, and then, oh, look, half of humanity didn't die.
That's not how that would work.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. Because the government can't see the future. They would have been like, holy crap. Hopefully. Government's been really daggum stupid in the MCU. Hopefully, they would have been like, oh, something is coming to erase half of life in the universe. We gotta send everybody. Then I'd be like, hey, Quill, I got a bad feeling about you. Sit down. No, Quill has actually helped save the galaxy. So, no. That's not how that would go.
But my point is
and then again,
that was a hero that wasn't in check that killed half humanity. Is that not enough? Is that not
save half of humanity?
Half of New York, not half of America, not half of the world, half of all existence.
And if the Avengers were benched, Thanos would have had the stones way faster. All of humanity would have been snapped, and there would have been no Endgame to come back and bring them back.
But here's my point is, okay, here's how this probably would have played out, okay? They just met Quill. He wasn't on the Avengers, okay? Here's what the government would have said, okay? We know you guys are on our team. We don't know who these people are. Bring them in, take them out. We don't want them here. Quill wouldn't have been there, wouldn't have hit Thanos, and half of humanity would never have got snapped away.
Okay, well, let's say that they benched...
were in play.
One, I have two things.
I don't think
for this. One. When Captain America shows up and Ross is on the FaceTime video, he's like, hey, you guys need to be in check. The fact that he wasn't like, Thanos is coming, please help, shows you that he's still
What if he
more
didn't know Thanos
obsessed.
is
Ross
coming?
is still more obsessed with control than he is about what actually needs to happen and be done. That is what's good about the
And if he didn't know
Avengers.
Thanos was coming.
He did. That's what they were talking about. It's this whole issue. He's like, look, he said, something is coming. Earth just lost her best defender. We need to we're here to fight. And if you're going to get in our way, fine, we're going to fight you too, because this is what needs to
If
happen.
you're realistically the government, are you going to let everyone go on a rampage because one guy said something is coming?
Stop comparing it to our government. Look at what the government had done in the MCU. Look at what they were demanding.
Look what our government
Ross
has done.
repetitively was like, I need control more than what actually needs to be done. If Ross would have opened his daggum eyes to been like, holy crap, if the Avengers weren't there at every single one of these events, something way more catastrophic would have happened. They are what we need and what we have needed.
Okay, millions of people died. Okay, millions of people would have died. Millions of people would have died. But then guess what? They didn't have the Sokovia Accords, and quadrillions of people and beings died because of Quill.
Except I disproved that.
How did you disprove that?
Because if the Avengers were benched, then
But
there
they
would have
wouldn't
been
have
no fight in Infinity War. There would have been no fight in Infinity War.
But they
Thanos
would have
would have
sent
already
the
won.
Avengers out to stop Thanos.
You
What?
also realize the Avengers are the only reason people came back.
Yeah, but
because
if the Avengers
a
were
group
there,
of
they
people-
never would have left.
A group of people decided we're going to put our lives on the
If the
line.
Avengers
again.
had the Sokovia Accords, they never would have left.
Not true, though.
Yes, because
Not
if
true.
if they say, okay, there's a bunch of weird guys here, and we don't know what they're capable of, bring them in or take them out, Quill would never have been there, never hit Thanos, half of humanity's still there.
No.
What do you think? Ross is just like, okay, we don't know who these people are or what they're capable of, but yeah, let them join, let them hitchhike.
Okay, hold on. First
Huh?
of all, Ross wouldn't have even known. They had never been to Earth. They were on Titan.
Okay,
How
but
is
if they're
Ross gonna bench
checking in
them?
with the government...
Right, but they're not. Because they're not of Earth.
No, but if Tony Stark and Spider-Man and Doctor
Ross-
Strange are checking in, like, yeah, we just met
Here's a
these
great
guys.
point.
Oh, we don't
Here's-
need them there.
Yeah,
Get
here's
them
a
out.
great point, though.
Okay.
They're not of Earth. So even if the Sokovia Accords applied to the Avengers, they wouldn't to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
they may have
Therefore, Star-Lord would have still have been there.
No, because they might not have applied to specifically Quill or Star-Lord because they're not from Earth, which technically Star-Lord is, so that's disproven. But they may have been a threat to Earth.
No, it doesn't matter,
Thanos
though.
is not from Earth.
Ross didn't even know the Guardians of the Galaxy existed.
But
He would have had no
would
call.
have if the Avengers were checking in.
Dude, how do you think this is gonna go? Iron Man goes, hey, yeah, group of guys showed up to help fight Thanos. He's like, oh, bench them. Oh, they didn't like that because they're not from Earth and your rules are dumb. And they actually
The
care
head
about
of the
living.
Guardians of the Galaxy is from Earth, which was said like
He
10
was a
minutes
kid that
later
was
in that
abducted
movie.
and he had never been to Earth since. He's not really from Earth.
Actually, he had been from Earth since.
No, he's not from Earth.
Yes, he is.
He
I'm
was born
from
on Earth.
Missouri.
He was born on Earth. He was like 10, 11, and then he was taken up and he had never been back to Earth. He's a spaceman. So is everyone else in the Guardians, okay?
He said,
I don't
I'm
care.
from Missouri.
I get that. He's not really on Earth.
He's not on Earth.
Ross is not keeping tabs on Quill because
Let's
he was
say
an
I'm
11-year-old
from
abducted
Alaska,
child.
but then I moved to Hawaii. I'm from Alaska
Dude,
still.
the whole point is that he's not keeping tabs on an 11-year-old kid that was abducted.
Yes, but if the Avengers are checking in and they see these weird people, they're going to say, we don't need them there, get them out. My point is, if you actually just think about it,
Actually, no. I would say that the Guardians were a necessary piece to getting the Gauntlet. Without Drax, without Mantis, without Manus, if she had been benched, they never would have gotten the Gauntlet.
Okay, but without...
And then half of humanity still dies. Oh, but what? The Avengers are benched, so then no one brings them back either.
But with Quill, there is no chance they get the Gauntlet. Without Quill, there is still a chance.
No, not really.
We saw the
Not really.
chance of with Quill
No,
there,
the
it
reason,
did not go well.
not true. Here's what I think was kind of dumb. I don't know why Nebula didn't just smack the guy on the head. Nebula stood
Yeah.
there and did nothing. So, no, they were 100% a necessary factor to it.
Right, because
The
they were
Sokovia Accords
necessary and
bring
it
no
went well,
benefit in
didn't
the
it?
MCU.
It went well, didn't it?
I think we're not going to come to a middle ground. So I think we have to close it out. This video probably ran really long. Sorry, guys, this is probably a long episode. That was a long, heated debate that we had.
I still don't agree with you, and you're just factually wrong.
I'm not, though. And I think they're going to say you're crazy. You guys...
Think about it from a standpoint of if you're the government. We have to think about it realistically if we are in the Avengers universe.
No, you can't look at it that way. You have to look at the reputation of the government, the reputation of the Avengers, and what the world actually needed from a point of survival.
In America.
Doesn't
Not
matter.
Russia.
Last I checked, America did not make 3 helicarriers and try killing millions of people and tons of other things that are just dumb. I'm like, Ross, first of all, he's not the president. So he doesn't have authority.
Okay.
But Ross doesn't get to be like, I'm going to control you after you saved America from America. But America wants to control you. Give me an ever-loving break. Are you serious?
Yes, because...
Cap put his life on the line so many times. Iron Man put his life on the line so many times.
Out of his
All these
jurisdiction.
things did. No, not out of his jurisdiction.
Yes, because you can't just say, here's my badge, I'm an official superhuman.
Because he doesn't have a badge, means he
jurisdiction
also
here.
doesn't have jurisdiction
For the-
limits.
Actual government, okay, talking about the government, he is an illegal. He's illegal.
He's an American.
But he's illegal because he broke the law.
By
By not falling under the Sokovia Accords, which
Iron
became
Man
a
did.
law.
Iron Man did.
Iron Man did what?
He followed the Sokovia Accords.
And didn't go to jail.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All of Team Cap that was imprisoned, wrongfully imprisoned. I think that's the biggest BS ever.
No, because the government
The
said...
government doesn't get
the
to be like,
government said-
hey, thanks for saving our planet, go
Actually,
to jail.
they do.
No, they don't.
Actually, they do because
What did they do that
say
was wrong?
they hadn't done anything that was wrong except for, let me flip and finish, okay?
Alrighty, guys, we are resuming again.
It happened again.
Our camera overheated. We're sorry for all the technical issues.
First
It's
it
been a
died,
long
then
night.
it overheated.
We're tired. We've done a lot of filming tonight. We still have a lot of editing, and it's late, and I have work tomorrow. But we're doing it for you guys because we absolutely love doing this, and we love you guys. So we got to a point where we just screamed each other out.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't convince him. I don't understand why. I feel like this is a pretty easy debate. But
So do
I think
I.
the hot topics were like, for me at least, if the Sokovia Accords had been, that could have seriously negatively influenced Infinity War. Manhattan wouldn't exist because the government tried to blow up Manhattan and Iron Man saved it. So if Iron Man was benched and they did that, Manhattan would have been exploded and everyone on it would have died.
However, I have a point.
Just pause. You can say your hot topics after. Sokovia, if the Avengers were benched in that one, because that was one of the points that Ross brought up in Civil War during that. If the Avengers had been benched during the Sokovia Accord, humanity wouldn't exist, and it would have been just a world of robots. Lots of things. I think the Sokovia Accords, in a real-world scenario, makes sense. In that one, it doesn't, considering the Avengers had saved the world countless times, and the government had actually put tons and tons of people at serious risk multiple times. Those are kind of my hot points. What are your hot points?
I do have one thing to kind of quote-unquote say about yours, okay?
Okay.
We can't take into account Manhattan.
The
Because...
Sokovia Accords wouldn't technically have been enforced?
Yes. They
No.
weren't even proposed.
Yeah, but we're
at
not
that
doing that.
time.
You're saying that the Sokovia Accords make sense.
They do make sense.
They don't.
You can stop talking now. I'm so done with this,
Me
okay?
too. I think it's so
Okay.
dumb.
The Sokovia Accords do make sense, and we can't take into account, I'm saying, at the timeline and everything, because like you said, we're talking about the MCU, so Manhattan would have been fine because they weren't under the Sokovia Accords. Iron Man still would have stood on the nuke into space. Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
whatever.
blah.
We're saying that I'm pointing out that the Sokovia Accords would have continued to have super negative effects, resulting in millions and millions of people dead or global extinction. Anyway, your hot points, if you have any.
I've said them all throughout the thing. I don't even think I know my own name at this point.
Yeah, I am so blitz.
Hot points is that, it's the government still, so you can't just have people on the loose. They have to come in check with the government. I just feel like that's kind of common sense, but apparently not. I had the hot point about Quill and about the thing. I mentioned that earlier. Okay. You guys already heard it, so I'm not going to go back into that.
Yeah.
And so, that just in, obviously, real life,
that's how it would work. Comparing to the MCU. Anyway, we're putting our argument on pause. We are unable to. I'm unable to convince him. He's obviously not going to convince me. You guys need to comment down below and tell us which one of us is crazy. Because it's definitely one of us.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, let us know down below. Sorry, this video ran probably a little longer than last week's.
Mm-hmm.
That debate went for a while, but it was heated, so I hope you guys enjoy that. I did. I think he hates me. But it was fun. We are going to be back next week at Wednesday. We apologize for getting this video out so late. Today was crazy. We're going to try and get these all pre-recorded and edited so that we can air it Wednesday morning. So they're out Wednesday. We've been not great about that. This is only episode 2. We'll do better. So sorry about that. Thank you guys.
We will fix our camera problems.
Yeah, our camera problems have been an issue. We'll fix that somehow. We also want to thank you guys. We just thanked you guys for 50 followers on TikTok. We are now at 80 on TikTok. So
after one
day, it means so much to us. We're excited to see how this channel continues to grow. Obviously, we're going to keep putting in the work, keep making the content. Please, guys, if you guys have any questions, anything you want us to talk about on the pod, just list those down below. We try and read all your comments and reply to the ones that I think deem replying, which is most of them.
Yep.
But yeah, you guys are the bomb. Let us know who you guys think wins the debate.
More sense.
Yeah. And what ifs, stuff like that. And we'll catch you guys next week for episode 3 of the Post Credit Podcast. Thank you guys for joining us for everything after post credits.
Thanks for visiting us on our 1-week anniversary of the channel.
Yeah, and we're going to keep going. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.